it was so satisfying when we would get to shoot scenes where you saw the sisters bonding, because I was really feeling that already, I guess.
How are you both doing today?
Great.
Great. Thank you. How are you?
Better now.
Oh, well, thank you. I am doing fantastic. I am so excited to chat about this show with both of you. I'm 4 episodes in, and it's fantastic so far. Essie, I'd like to turn to you first. This is one of your first big projects. What was it like when you were approached for the show and when you landed the part?
When I was approached for the show, I guess I auditioned. I did a self-tape and I did multiple callbacks. And then when I got the job, I was at work and my shift had just started and I went into
Doing what?
doing ushering at a theatre company. And I went into the locker room and I took the call from my team and they said that I got it. And I just actually like fell to the ground and couldn't stop laughing for like a while because I was it seemed so ridiculous to me because I was like, this doesn't happen. Like people don't just get their dream jobs. Like, but I guess I was just extremely lucky.
You're well deserving of this role. You do a fantastic job in it. Allison, I'd like to turn to you next. We so often see you play characters with a lot of control in their life, whether it be, I mean, especially, Community. Annie's tries to have everything in control. But what was it like with, your character in this show in particular, this sort of spiritual, very chaotic type person?
Thank you for that question. I feel like that's the perfect way to put it. And I was going to use the same term, chaotic, about Amy. It was so fun. It's honestly one of the big reasons why I wanted to work on this show, just to kind of flex a different muscle and get to play a different kind of character. Honestly, when they first sent it to me and I read the outline of all the characters, I thought that they wanted me to play Brooke because the character description so sounds like the roles that I've played before. And then when I realized it was Amy, I was like, oh my God, how exciting. It was really fun and it was a really different style of working for me because Amy is so open and so emotionally honest, and that that was sort of the scariest part for me, of sort of like, wow, what new sides of myself am I going to have to tap into emotionally for this role? But I love a challenge. I think that's what's great about this job, is getting to try different things each go round. And it's exciting to do things that scare you the most. And I really had the space. We were shooting in Australia. It was something nice about being really far from home in a different, strange land, to kind of try to explore different sides of myself and have the space to dig into some stuff. So it was a different way of working for me, and I really enjoyed it.
I can see how Brooke might have lined up with some of your past roles, but I'm glad that they approached you for Amy, because you do a great, much like Essie here, you do a fantastic job with your part.
Thank you.
That's so funny because some friends of mine, when they read the book, thought that I was going to play Amy.
How funny.
Well, the dynamic flip didn't work
on paper, and they said, "Oh, wait."
Well, the flip worked for both of you. One thing I love about this show is the dynamic between the siblings. It feels very authentic. It feels very wholesome at the same time in parts. What was it like developing that with one another, especially for you two, given you're the sisters in this show?
Well, I can say that the bond between all the siblings came very naturally to all of us. We had a siblings group chain that we started, a group chat on WhatsApp that we started before even meeting in person. Jake and I had met in passing before, and so that helped, this sort of like natural connection. It was really immediate. And so we didn't have to fake that chemistry and that comfortability with one another. But then, and we did some character work as well.
I think, like, of course, we did character work, but I think that time that we got to spend together, like us as the sisters, and then also the whole family and the siblings, that work was just as important in building that family dynamic on screen. Like, just finding total lack of embarrassment around each other. Like, we could just try things and throw out new offers in different takes and not feel like we had to keep anything hidden.
Definitely. And also because we grew to really love each other. I felt like that was the base, as dysfunctional as the Delaney family can be, they do love one another. And that is an undercurrent to the family dynamic. And I feel like I care about Essie so much and really honestly had this feeling of wanting to protect you a lot of the time. And I think that's something that Amy feels as well. And it was so satisfying when we would get to shoot scenes where you saw the sisters bonding, because I was really feeling that already, I guess.
Love you. Love you.
Oh, I love that. That sounds like such a rewarding experience. So I'm glad that you both got to have that. Maybe you cast her as your sister in Community movie if you get that chance, because that would be.
I love that. Andy has
Dan.
a sister. We're learning
Right?
new things all the time. It could
There you
happen.
go. It could work. It could work. Well, I see I'm out of time, so I will have to let you both go. But thank you for taking the time. I greatly appreciate it. And I can't wait to spread the word about the show.